Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas. Fox Sports Houston brings you Houston Astros baseball. Tonight, it's the Astros versus the Cincinnati Reds. Good evening, everybody. Bill Brown and Jem DeShades. It'll be game 2 of a 3-game series. The Astros really rolling well in this homestand, but Aaron Harang stopped them last night, JD.
Yeah, a chance to win this series with Roy Oswalt going tomorrow. So this seems to be a pivotal game in this series. And Felipe Paulino takes the ball for the Astros tonight against Mike Leake. That is our Jaguar-keyed matchup. Mike Leake, a very interesting story. This time last year, he was in college, first-round pick of the Reds last season, has never pitched an inning in the minor leagues. Fourth career start comes tonight. He's 1-0 with a 3.92 ERA. Paulino still struggling with his command at times this year. Interesting contrast. Leake is a kind of a command finesse guy. Paulino's a guy who will rush that fastball up there at 97 miles an hour.
Brought to you by the 2011 Jaguar XJ. Coming up, here's a Jaguar. The Astros having the leadoff spot. Michael Bourne is hitting .344 among the league leaders. Among the league leaders also in steals. And he leads the majors in outfield assists with 5. Bourne is doing it all. He goes up against the Reds and Mike Leake in just a moment. F-150 by Jack in the Box, by the Progressive Insurance Group, and by Southwest Airlines. If you could fly to Houston tonight, you would enjoy one wonderful evening here at the ballpark. It is gorgeous again tonight. The string of wonderful weather continues. It's Cincinnati versus Houston for the second time in this series. Here's Dusty Baker's lineup. His club won last night 6-2 with a 9-hit attack. Drew Stubbs leads it off in center field. It's Brandon Phillips batting second at second base. Joey Votto plays first base. Votto's followed by Scott Rowland at third. Jay Bruce in right field. Orlando Cabrera shortstop. Lance Nix left field. Ramon Hernandez catcher. Mike Leake pitcher.
Starting pitcher is brought to you by Suzuki. It's the big fella, Felipe Paulino. He's got a big right arm. That fastball will sit 93 to 97. He's got a power slider to complement it. And game management needs improvement. Big innings kind of blow up on him out of nowhere, things of that nature. But at times he's shown glimpses of what he could be.
Drew Stubbs, the 25-year-old outfielder from Texarkana, Texas, gets it going at 150 with 1 homer, 7 runs batted in. And he takes ball 1. Stubbs last night was 0 for 3 with a sac fly and a walk. 75 degrees at game time.
Take that, San Diego.
Enjoy it while you can.
You stole your weather again.
Yeah.
Don't call us in July.
That comes into the zone, and it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Home plate umpire is Chad Fairchild tonight. Paulino 1-3 in his career against this club. That's a shot back up the middle and a hit for Drew Stubbs. You saw the vital stats on him. Now he's aboard with 4 steals in 5 attempts.
Not a bad pitch. Fastball outer third and down a little bit. Stubbs just reaches out and drops the head of the bat on it for a solid line drive single. Here's the defense for the Astros tonight. Lee, Bourne, and Pence. Michael with those 5 outfield assists. Feliz, Keppinger in there at short tonight. Matsui gets the start at second. Lance Berkman the first sacker. Quintero does the catching.
It's Brandon Phillips in the number 2 spot. Dusty Baker wants to get him going. He's been a cleanup hitter in the past for the Reds. Very powerful hitter who is not hitting his stride right now. 208, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in. Phillips 0 for 4 with a walk last night. But certainly a threat to break out. The club MVP of the Reds last year, hit 20 homers, drove in 98 for the Reds last season.
A lot of waggle with that bat.
Boy, he does. Takes off the high pitch. Quintero's throw is stopped by Matsui on a dive from going into center field. Well, Matsui saves a base on the bouncing throw from Quintero. A steal for Stubbs is his 5th.
Yeah, you got a good jump and you got a good pitch. A high breaking ball. Tough pitch for the catcher to handle and do much with. You have to reach up and get it and then get into a throwing position. And by the time all that happens, no shot to get Stubbs. That's a good look at it there from that angle. You see the break, you see the delivery, and you see the pitch that Q had to contend with.
Important play by that man, Matsui, to keep it on the infield. Counted 1-1. Showing bunt. Phillips takes ball 2. Joey Votto's on deck. The Reds were 3-3 on their homestand against the Dodgers and Padres. They go to St. Louis after this 3-game trip. They'll be playing 3 against the Cardinals. Stubbs has stolen 5. Outside for Paulino. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. Felipe lost 5-1 last Thursday against Florida, giving up 6 hits, 5 runs in 5 2/3 innings. Only 2 of the runs were earned.
Phillips showing bunt. They're willing to give himself up to advance the base run. 3-1. He's swinging the bat here.
And it's ball 4. First and second, nobody out for Votto now.
Felipe Paulino last year made 17 major league starts for them against this Reds club. He's seen a fair bit of Cincinnati in his brief career. He's made just 23 major league starts. 5-14 the career record. 6.34 ERA. Last year he was 0-3 against Cincinnati with a high ERA.
Got his first major league win against the Reds in September of 07 at Cincinnati. Votto, good number 3 hitter. There's 2 men on with nobody out here. Inside ball 1. At 98 on Votto, a 282 hitter with 3 homers, 9 runs batted in. He was 1 for 5 last night.
They're having a hard time finding the strike zone here in the early going. There you go. A curveball. We talk about the power slider, but he'll show a real nice slower breaking pitch from time to time. And I think you got to break it out a little more often. I think hitters go up there and they're geared for power stuff, fastball, hard slider. And that's a nice little off-speed pitch.
He's having a problem with that fastball. It's 2 balls and a strike, so he may have to resort to the breaking stuff. Paulino, 26 years old, from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. A little tap back to the pitcher. He throws to Berkman. One out. Stubbs to third. Phillips to second. For Scott Rowland now. Votto didn't do much. Rowland will try to get some runs home with a .263 average.
Votto out in front of that breaking pitch. Paulino didn't look at second base. Just went and made sure he got an out.
Rowland was handcuffed last night, 0 for 4 in that game. He was hit by a pitch. .263 with 5 homers for Rowland. Once again, the fastball misses. So it's 1 ball, no strikes. We'll see if he selects something other than the fastball on his next sequence to the next hitter on the first pitch. Rowland's hitting .320 in his last 7 games. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. Rowland leads his club in home runs with 5 and is among the National League leaders. The Reds are in the middle of the pack in run score. They rank 8th. Fastball is grounded to second. Matsui over to Berkman. Stubbs scoring to make it 1-0. Rowland gets RBI number 9. Phillips advances to third.
So a little tapper out in front of the mound by Votto, essentially serving as a sacrifice, taking away the double play opportunity. That would have been a fairly routine double play ball right there. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah. Jay Bruce with 3 homers, 8 runs batted in, carries a .235 average. Bruce from Beaumont, Texas, just up the road, takes strike 1. Jay had 2 hits and 2 walks last night, and he's 3 for 8 in his career, including a couple of bombs against Paulino. Jay's 23 years old. It's 1-1. Paulino has come out of the bullpen throwing 98. Felipe came into this game with 11 strikeouts in 16 2/3 innings. Breaking pitch misses, and he's behind 2-1 here. The Reds have lost 7 of their last 11. The Astros 5-2 on this homestand. 2 games remaining. Michael Bourne moves in center field and handles out number 3. The Reds scratch out a run on 1 hit. They leave a runner at third base. Mike Leake will pick them out with a 1-0 lead. Red is at shortstop, batting second, followed by Carlos Lee in left field. Lance Berkman's the cleanup man at first base, with Pedro Feliz at third base, Hunter Pence in right field, Kazuo Matsui at second base, Humberto Quintero the catcher for Felipe Paulino.
Starting pitcher brought to you by Suzuki, and it's a Mike Leake. First round pick of the Reds last year, fresh out of college. Not a real hard thrower, relies on command and movement. He has outstanding command of his fastball, and from everything we've been told, he's got a very high pitching IQ, real good feel for what he's trying to do out there.
Michael Bourne shows him bunt and takes ball one. Bourne on a 6-game hitting streak carries a .344 batting average into this game thanks to a .364 homestand, including 8 walks. He's taking there, and the count's even at 1-1. Michael now has a .452 on base average after going 2 for 3 and was hit by a pitch last night.
Leake, a very quick worker, and generally will keep that fastball down around the knees with little sinks. So as a hitter, you're trying to get him to elevate, trying to get the ball up a little bit. Like that one. That's a good one to go after.
2-2 to Michael Bourne.
A little Leonardo DiCaprio working.
Yeah. Only second in the league in on base average. And gets a late swing there and strikes out. 1 out for Leake.
Backdoor breaking pitch. 9-1-1 emergency hack. Michael fooled by the pitch, just trying to get a piece to stay alive. The Astro hitters are going to have to be patient and be willing to step out from time to time on Leake to break his rhythm. And he gets it and goes.
Jeff Capinger takes. There's strike one to the former Red. 286 with 8 runs batted in for Jeff. He had an RBI last night, going 0 for 4. Up the middle and into center field. Sharp single by Capinger gives the Astros their first base runner.
Well, how about the Reds defensively tonight? Lance Nix gets a start in left. Stubbs the center fielder. Jay Bruce has got a cannon in right field. Cabrera and Phillips up the middle. Roland and Votto have the corners covered. Ramon Hernandez, the veteran, catches the rookie Leake.
Dusty Baker looking at a young pitcher, 22. His 17th year as a manager. His teams have won 1,323 games. He's been 3-time manager of the year. Carlos Lee takes way outside. There's ball one from Lee. Lee is on a 3-game hitting streak. Batting average still on the interstate at 181, but 333 on this homestand, 8 for 24. Making a move. And again, outside. It's 2 balls, no strikes to El Caballo with Lance Berkman on deck. Carlos is a .303 lifetime hitter against the Reds. Had 2 hits last night. Shortstop Cabrera tosses. Phillips, the middleman, on a 6-4-3 double play. After 1, it's 1-0 Reds. First pitch is strike one here in inning number 2. Orlando Cabrera, the shortstop, dropped to the number 6 spot in the order for Dusty Baker to give him perhaps more RBI chances. Leads off the inning. And he fouls it away. He has driven in 13 so far to lead the Reds club while hitting .254. He has 2 homers and 3 doubles. Cabrera with a good night last night. 2 hits, a walk, and a steal. It's a 1-2 count. Well-traveled Orlando Cabrera, 35 years old, from Colombia. Two and two with Lance Nix to bat next. Cabrera has batted second in 17 of the previous 18 games. Last night's order worked well. Dusty Baker has him 6th again tonight. Fly ball heads for Michael Bourne in center field. We go to Greg Lucas.
Well, tonight's Wednesday, so that means tonight is live chat night. All you got to do to join the conversation is to go to foxsportshouston.com, follow the instructions, and join the chat. We've already gotten it underway. We started at 7:15. And if you have any comments as you watch the game or questions, feel free to join us. We'll be with you at least until the 8th inning. Live chat Wednesdays here on Astros Baseball.
Thanks, Greg. Lance Nix looks at strike one. He was a pinch hitter last night, 0 for 1 in that game, now making his 3rd start of the year. They've all been in left field. He's hitting .250 with 1 RBI. Paulino comes inside to even the count at 1-1. Ramon Hernandez is on deck. Actually, very good numbers. 5 for 9 against Paulino. Fouling it back there. And it's 1-2. As JD mentioned, the Reds had a lot of looks, 4 of them at Paulino last season. He's shooting for win number 1. It's in the air, foul.
They had one of his better games against them early last year. 6 shutout innings, allowed 3 hits, punched out 6, got a no decision. Kind of a mixed bag, couple of good ones, couple not so good.
Nix is caught looking. First strikeout for Paulino. That's been his reliable pitch tonight so far.
Showing a little bit better fastball command in this inning than in the first, so the ability to throw the fastball for strikes and then just lock him up with that breaking pitch. Nix likes to hit the fastball, and you got a guy that throws 98, you tend to look for it. A lot of hitters will tell you if he's able to throw that breaking pitch over, I'm just going to tip my hat and walk back to the dugout. Got to sit on the heater.
.250 for Ramon Hernandez with 4 runs batted in. He bangs the fastball foul. Hernandez on a 4-game hitting streak, his high for the season. Watched Ryan Hannigan have a fine game last night. Hannigan caught and batted 8th and had 2 hits, 3 runs batted in, and a walk.
Hannigan has 1 less RBI in 2010 than he had all last season.
There's a chance they could both play at times. Hernandez wound up playing some first base in 18 games for the Reds last year. Joey Votto was on the disabled list. Velocity ranging from 98 to 79 for Paulino.
Hernandez got pretty good power the other way. Good high ball hitter.
2-2. Paulino and his catcher Quintero were workout mates all winter long here in Houston. Trying to work to get him his first win.
Good try.
But really, 3-2.
You know, Hernandez brings a little power to the 8th hole. But this situation where you're Felipe, you want to be aggressive. You want Leak leading off the next inning. You don't want to walk him here.
He did walk him, and now it's Mike Leake, who is 3 for 7 as a hitter. We join Patty Smith.
Well, join the Astros May 3rd to the 9th as they kick off Pink in the Park Week to raise awareness and funds for breast cancer research. Purchase a special ticket to the Wine and Cheese Night Saturday, May 8th with a pregame wine event in Union Station. Also check out the Pink cap, t-shirt, and tote bag giveaways May 7th through the 9th, and you can buy your tickets at Astros.com tonight, guys.
Thanks, Patty. Here's Leake now. He's 3 for 7 with a sacrifice bunt. And puts that one in the air, foul. Over Feliz over for this towering pop. And get to it. Leake, really quite an athlete at Arizona State. He was 16-1 with a 1.71 ERA last year. And the coach there, Pat Murphy, said he could have been the team's best defensive third baseman or shortstop as well. He's from San Diego. That one foul. He has become the 21st player to make his professional debut as a major leaguer. Very rare. He was drafted 8th overall in the 09 draft, signed for a $2.27 million bonus.
Felipe was walking off.
Yes, he was.
Halfway to the dugout. Last guy to go directly to the big leagues from college was Xavier Nady out of Cal Berkeley with the Padres back in 2000. Maybe a little high, maybe a little away.
Leake is down on strikes. No runs, no hits, and remains stranded. 1-0 Reds in the second.
On this date in 1965, Mets broadcaster Lindsey Nelson recalls the Mets' 12-9 loss to the Astros from the gondola at the top of the dome, 208 feet above second base. No doubt in a loud plaid or Madras jacket of some sort.
You always wore those. Lance Berkman leads it off, home second inning. Mike Leake with ball one just in tight to Berkman. 259 for Lance. One homer. 4 runs batted in. He's on a 5-game hitting streak. He flips the corner there at the knees for a 1-1 count. Lance doubled last night in the 6th inning, but he also struck out 3 times. Very uncharacteristic. The 327 career hitter against Cincinnati. 2 balls, 1 strike. He pitched 20 2/3 innings in his first 3 starts of the year for the Reds. Ground ball to the right side, backhanded. Votto on the Leak, 1 out. General manager Walt Jocketty made the trip. We were chatting before the game. Obviously, he's very excited to have this young man who's already done well. He's already won a major league game. And he talked about monitoring the innings. He said, well, tonight, for instance, he's pitching on an extra day rest, as is Paulino. And they'll just have to monitor the innings load on him as he goes through the season. Pedro Feliz looks at ball one.
You know, signed him in the first round, gave him a lot of money. It seems like they would have given him a uniform that fits. Thing. It makes him look really small. He's not that small. I mean, he's not a big guy. He's 6'1", $190.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like he's got Paulino's pants on.
I didn't notice that until you pointed it out.
Grief, man.
You got some room in there.
See, but I like this signing. I think I'm interested to see if Clark can do this moving forward, because Leake's the kind of guy that I think scouts should be on the lookout for because of their efficiency. If there's a concern about pitch count and number of pitches, and trying to get you're fearful of having young starters throw too many pitches. Well, get a guy who throws a lot of strikes and get into the deep innings without throwing a lot of pitches.
Third, rolling.
I guess the model would be Roy Halladay. Because Halladay's got a good fastball, but he's not a 96. He's not Lincecum. And routinely, Halladay's getting into the later innings because he's so efficient. That's more typical of sinker ballers, finesse guys, than power guys.
Hunter Pence has slipped onto the interstate. 197 batting average for Hunter. 1 homer, 5 runs batted in after going 0 for 4 last night. Leake pops it upstairs. Ball one. Aaron Harang had a turnaround game last night and winning for the Reds. It was 2-0. Harang at times reached into the mid-90s. Gave up 2 runs in 6 innings. The Reds won it over the Astros 6-2. This could take on the undertones of a very young starting rotation, depending on what the Reds decide to do with Harang and Bronson Arroyo, the 2 veterans. 3-1. Arroyo goes tomorrow night here against Roy Oswalt. Bailey's a young pitcher. Johnny Cueto. We have lefty Aroldis Chapman, fielder in the minor leagues. Edinson Volquez is on the disabled list right now.
Chapman, a left-hander, throws about 100 miles an hour at times, so it's a matter of time before he's a big leaguer.
Still 3-2 to Hunter. Leake was so good this spring that he just forced the Reds' hand, and they really said they wouldn't have known what to tell him to work on had they sent him back to the minor leagues.
Find a uniform that fits, I guess, would be about the only flaw he can detect. He in his first major league start, he had a bases loaded, nobody out situation in the first inning and got out of it unscathed. That speaks to the moxie that they say he has. I mean, again, this is our first look at him, but we keep hearing how cool a customer he is.
Slider gets him a strikeout, number 2 of the night, and he leads it 1-0 through 2. It's 1-0 Cincinnati. The Reds come around for the second time with their leadoff man, Stubbs, who cranks this one up to right center field. Hunter Pence going deeper. Michael Bourne is there, and Bourne has the catch. It appeared that the wind caused the problem, and it's out number 1.
And I think both Hunter and Michael fooled a little bit by how well that ball carried. Stubbs got it a little better than they thought. It looked like it was off the end of the bat, but he gave it a pretty good ride. I think the wind should have helped that one a whole lot. See the late adjustment there. Michael initially thought Hunter had it and then said, well, maybe I'll come over and help him out a little bit.
Looks as if the wind is taking the ball further in Michael's direction there on a fly ball like that. And then Phillips takes strike 1. He drew a walk in the first inning. Very important man for Dusty Baker in the offensive scheme of things. That's a pretty good win tonight. 1-1. Could be a storm blowing in for tomorrow night late, or perhaps Friday morning, they're saying. The Astros will leave town after tomorrow night's game and head for Atlanta for the weekend. Be back home next week. It's 2-1. Reds were 5-2 here at Minute Maid Park last year. Strike even to count at 2-2 with Joey Votto on deck. The Reds finished 78 and 84 last season. To right center. Hunter Pence moving in for it, but it's a hit. And Phillips is aboard with hit number 2 of the night on a looping single.
All You Can Eat is back and now available for every home game here at Minute Maid Park. You'll get a mezzanine ticket and All You Can Eat ballpark favorites for only $25. This offer is also available as a convenient 6-game flex plan. And it's a good plan for groups, too. It says so right here. Great for groups. Astros.com for information and tickets.
Joey Votto rolled back to the pitcher, Paulino.
Well, you know, the feedback there wasn't positive for Paulino, but he really pitched Phillips well, moving the fastball out and then in, jammed him, and he ended up giving up the base hit. And that's, you know, as a pitcher, you have to be able to separate sometimes the result from the process, and he really pitched him well, ultimately made a good pitch, just got a bad break.
Phillips is a good base stealer. This year he's 1 for 4. But his credentials have preceded him from previous years.
This Fox Tracks, it's brought to you by Gexa Energy.
Good breaking pitch makes it a 1-1 count on Votto.
A little bit softer breaking ball he's using tonight, and I think it's been a good weapon for him. He's got some of these hitters out on the front foot. And then you come back with a 97 cheese at the knees and the inside part of the plate. Votto really overmatched by that fastball. It's just good pitching there. Game calling by Q.
He's improved the location of that fastball to left-handed hitters. That guy didn't like the location of that foul ball.
He's an Yankee. He's as tough as they come. Dig him.
He's also throwing hard to first base tonight. Reds are 9-11. The Astros are 8-11. Cincinnati tied with Milwaukee for third when the day began. Houston in fifth, just a half game back.
Keep your eye on Q here. You had a notion.
Yeah.
Also, that inside fastball with a left-hander in the box and a runner on first. He's thinking about trying to throw behind that hitter.
Billy Hatcher, the coach at first, a former base stealer, knows all about those catcher's tricks.
Hatch got 50 in 1 year, didn't he?
Yeah.
50 steal season.
That's a heck of a year. Ground ball. Berkman diving. It's a fair ball into the right field corner. And Hunter Pence digs it out. Here's Phillips being sent home by Mark Berry. And Matsui's relay throw not in time. And into third base, Votto. And Berkman talking about that call with Mike Riley at first base. The Reds lead it 2-0.
Well, let's take a look. Fair or foul. Then it looked like it might have gotten tangled up down there with the ball boy a little bit. That's a fair ball. Remember, if it bounces before the bag, it doesn't have to land fair after it crosses over the bag, as long as it bounces. And then it looked to me like it passed over the edge of the bag there. He was right on the line. Had a good look at it.
Well, he stayed in there.
Tough to tell from that angle. That angle looked foul.
Yeah. RBI triple. Now the infield in for Roland. Roland lines to second, and Matsui snags that one. 2 outs. Votto picked up his 10th RBI to make it 2-0.
You give him a double or a triple on that?
I will check.
Triple? Throw probably should have gone to third base. I don't think they had a real shot at Phillips at home.
True. 2 outs, and it's Bruce who hit a fly ball to center first time up.
One of those would work right here for Phillips.
Yes, it would. Jay Bruce brings an interesting package of talents to the field tonight. Good arm. Nice power. Fly ball hits for Hunter Pence in right. Paulino had him out front a little bit and got him for the 3rd out. 1 run, 2 hits, and a man stranded for the Reds. They lead it 2-0.
Ball. Looked like he got it right. And then it gets tangled up with the ball boy down there. All kinds of funky spin on it.
Boy, it did. It pursued the ball boy right around that corner.
He did his level best to get out of the way. The only other thing he does is jump up on the boards like a hockey linesman.
Yeah. Matsui taking ball 1 now. Looks at another pitch. 1-1 to Caswell.
Here's a different look down the third or the first base line. Yeah. I agree with Mike Riley on that one.
Mike resembling the Leaning Tower of Pisa as he made the call. He's trying to get that long last look at it before he lost his balance. 2 balls and a strike to Matsui. Chops that one foul.
Mike Riley, he's been at this a long time.
Bunch of years for Mike Riley.
What's the record for umpire longevity? Do you know that? Tom Gorman or one of those guys?
Bruce Fremming was one of them.
Yeah, that's right. Bruce, I think Bruce did, in terms of games anyway, I think Bruce may have been the guy.
Yeah, I think he broke the record for games umpired. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Mike Riley broke in 1977.
A long career for Mike.
A lot of decisions to make.
Malik now working with a 2-0 lead. Working well. He's thrown 33 pitches. Matsui batting 7th tonight. Hits one in the air to left center field. Nick's back. 1 out for Leake.
Yeah. Got to keep it on the ground tonight, boy. That ball's really carrying.
Tonight's Jack in the Box standing shows you the highest team batting averages in the National League over the last 10 days. Milwaukee's hit 311 to Houston's 283, and it's Arizona 282, Colorado 281, and Chicago 280.
A lot of that damage inflicted against the pitching staff of the Pittsburgh Pirates. But some measure of revenge for the Pirates. They ended up taking 2 out of 3 from the Brewers. Beat them 6-5 in 14 innings today. Trevor Hoffman with his 4th blown save of the year already.
Wow. Ryan
Doman hit a home run off of him to tie the game in the 9th. And he did yesterday as well.
Yeah, he hit a grand slam yesterday. Ronnie Cedeno also homered yesterday off Hoffman. Hoffman had never allowed a grand slam until yesterday. And there's a 6-5 final in 14 innings. The Pirates win that series. Quintero to right field on a 1-1 pitch. He flies to Jay Bruce. 2 outs. AT&T trivia will no doubt keep us at bay. Who was the last pitcher to get drafted and go straight to the majors? Pretty rare.
I know the answer because I'm looking at it, so I have to recuse myself.
Yeah, we've already seen that one. Paulino has hit in all 3 of his starts. Strike 1 to Felipe. 3 hits and 5 at bats this season. Both of those hits a double.
He's hitting 600.
Yeah. And the Astros pitchers are hitting 290 as a group, best in the National League. He's a career 111 hitter. Well, Leake does have a nice pace to his work.
Boy, get Leake and Oswalt together.
Oh,
play an hour and 10-minute ball game.
Shaking off signs from Hernandez. He's still shaking. Looks like he had a good idea what he wanted to throw. Blew a fastball by him, and he's faced only 9 through the first 3. It's 2-0 Reds. A Cuban-born right-hander, and
so he wasn't really. They'd be technical, but he wasn't really drafted. Yeah, we're gonna have to
check on that. According to this sheet, he was drafted.
Really?
But yeah, I'd like to check on that. Darren Dreifert in '93 came out of Wichita State and went right to the Dodgers. Orlando Cabrera gets it started in the 4th. He hit a fly ball to center. There's ball 1.
If you're a Cuban player, you wouldn't be in the draft unless he came to the States first.
Well,
I don't know how that came to pass.
That may have happened. He may have established residency and gone to a college here in the States, and that's why he was drafted.
There's been 10 or 12 pitchers have made that leap right from college or high school to the major league ranks.
Jim Abbott. Backhanded. Keppinger with a throw across his body and safe at first. Berkman came off the bag to snag that one and save a base. That throw was errant and it could have gotten out of play, but Cabrera has to settle for an infield single despite Keppinger's best effort. He's on to lead off the fourth inning here.
Kind of rolls over on one. Keppinger plays it on the backhand side. Accurate throw would have had him. A tough play to make.
Ruled a hit. Hit number 4 for the Reds. Brings up Lance Nix, former Texas Ranger, pops one to left. Carlos Lee. Out number 1. And Hernandez will be next. Let's see. There was Darren Dreifert, Jim Abbott, a high school pitcher, Tim Conroy, Mike Morgan, came from high school, David Clyde, right here in Houston. He still lives here. Eddie Bain of Arizona State, Dick Ruthven, Fresno State, Pete Broberg, Dartmouth, or Houghton of Texas, Steve Dunning of Stanford, Mike Adamson of South Carolina, all drafted and straight to the majors.
And a number of those guys didn't really have a long or successful major league career. Bert Houghton sure did. Bert was the winningest pitcher in the major leagues among that group.
Okay.
But Bert did go. He came right to the big leagues, but then he went back to the minor leagues and then came back to the big leagues for good the following year. And I don't know about all these other guys.
Well, Eddie Bain really didn't fare well at all. He's been a scout for a long time, and he would probably tell you that that was not the best route to take directly from college to the big leagues. He was with the Twins. Dick Ruthven with the Phillies. He had a nice career.
Yeah. 120 ball games or so. But Jim Abbott had a good career.
Yes, he did.
Mike Morgan pitched for 22 years in the major leagues. That worked out pretty well.
Yes, it did. Jim Abbott threw a no-hitter. But still, that's a really big climb to make in a hurry. Back to Major League Baseball. Runner going. Fly ball left field line. Carlos Lee has to run a long way to get there, and just inside the line he slides. It's a fair ball, and the Reds will get runners to second and third on a looping double by Hernandez, and that's his third double of the year.
A tough inning for Paulino here. In his mind, he's given up a ground ball to short and a pop up to left, but the ground ball in the hole, a tough chance for Keppinger, and this a little fly ball right down the line. And Carlos gave it a good effort and came up just a little bit shy. It's a very difficult play for an outfielder with the foul line so close to that wall.
Blocked it with his body as he was sliding, it appeared. Otherwise, 1 run scores, maybe 2, depending on how long that ball's loose in the corner. Now with 1 out, it's the pitcher batting and runners at second and third, and the Astros keep the infielders back up the middle on Mike Leake, who struck out earlier.
Yeah, and I think if he didn't have a reputation of being such a good athlete, a guy that can handle the bat a little bit, I'd probably pull the infield in here. I mean, I'd be tempted to anyway. It's always risky with 2 guys on base. Base hit scores 2 instead of 1, and it's still early in the game. But a lot of times with the pitcher up there, you take the risk and pull the infield in.
We'll get to that question in a moment about your take on guys going straight from college to the majors. And it's a 1-1 count to Lee.
I think it's always going to be a rarity, but it kind of makes more sense that it would be a little bit more prevalent now because the college programs have gotten a lot better over the years. Now, some of these big Division I programs, they have a lot of talent. A lot of times it's just getting used to the lifestyle and the grind of professional baseball. Not so much that the top level college players don't have the ability to compete in the major leagues.
Leake leads 2-0. Has 2-minute scoring position here with 1 out. And swings late and strikes out. Second time he's whiffed. That's number 3 in the game for Paulino. Let's join Patty Smith. Patty,
All right, thanks, guys. It's time for our progressive fan of the game. And this guy right here, Bill, is truly a fan for the first time here from England. Your very first ever ball game.
First ever ball game is correct, yeah.
What do you think? And he tracked me down and said, hey, do you want to talk to someone who's been here for the first time? So you wanted, here's your forum. What do you think of the ballpark and the whole sport?
I think it's a fantastic stadium. I've never seen all the facilities that you have here. You can come out and bring your family out, have a great time. Couldn't probably do this in the football stadium in England, but this is fabulous.
Why couldn't you do it in England?
I guess the fans are too passionate. You'd have to keep them separate, so you couldn't do that.
Yeah, he worded it a little bit differently earlier. It had a little bit to do with what he's about to do here up at the bar. So anyway, welcome to Texas. Welcome to Minute Maid Park. And for that, you are our progressive fan of the game. We give you all this great stuff.
Thank you very much indeed. You're very friendly people down in Texas. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Well, Patty, you've met a lot of folks from England here on this homestand. You had the Girl Guides on a few days ago.
Yes, I did. You know, I try to keep things in a theme.
Yeah.
I'm England this week. Next week, I may go a little French. You never know.
2-1 to Drew Stubbs from the University of Texas. Longhorns currently ranked #1 in the college ranks. And Stubbs has the ability to make them look even better by having a good year for the Reds. Opened this game with a single. He stole a second and came home on a ground out.
Big pitch coming here. 2 huge runs out there. Don't overthrow it. Trying to go inside. Reach back for a little something extra and missed his spot. You're just as likely when you miss. A lot of times you got lucky in that he missed bad off the plate. But if you miss down the middle, it's probably a line drive somewhere and 2 score.
3-2 coming with 2 outs and 2 on. And it's ball 4 to load the sacks for Phillips. Third walk for Paulino.
And Brad Mills obviously concerned with his young right-hander. The pitch count up at 69 now. And I think going forward, that's going to be a little bit of an issue. Bud last night gave the Astros 5 + 3 batters. He threw 98 pitches. Paulino throws a lot of pitches in his starts. You got young arms that you're trying to protect. You tend to make that move to the bullpen a little bit earlier. And having those guys back to back in the rotation, you get a little concerned about stressing the bullpen.
Phillips has walked and singled. He looks at ball 1. Quintero out for a word with his battery mate. Astros starting pitchers have combined for a 4.05 ERA. Bases loaded here. Last 12 games, Astros starters have a 3.24 earned run average. Brad Mills hoping the big out comes here for Paulino and keeps this at a 2-0 deficit for his club, with Bourne, Keppinger, and Lee due up in the last of the inning.
Especially the way Leake is pitching.
Fly ball. Michael Bourne calling in right center. And Hunter Pence cannot catch it. And 3 runs are going to score on this, as the wind took over and created havoc in the outfield. Phillips winds up at second base. And what a big play, taking it to a 5-0 Reds lead.
I think that was the sky as much, if not more so, than the wind. Michael Bourne didn't see that ball. It was his play, but he couldn't find it. And by the time Hunter realized that Michael couldn't find it, he tried to go get it, and right out the end of his glove. So Hunter will probably be charged with the error there. But you should see it here. See, Michael's got his arms out going, I don't see it, and he's looking for help. Finally, he sees it, but it's too late. Hunter comes into the picture. He's a little late getting to the party.
It's an error on Pence.
And just what a nightmare of an inning for Paulino. Ground ball to short. Pop up right down the line and left, and now this fly ball.
With that error, all the runs are unearned. First error on Pence this year. Joey Votto has a 1-1 count. He had the RBI triple over the bag at first in the 3rd inning. Fights that one off. 1-2 to Votto.
You can see the body language from Michael. He doesn't know where it is. Looks for Hunter for help, and Hunter tries to come to the rescue. there's always the danger in this outfield with Michael Bourne that the corner guys, you could get a little passive and think, well, he's going to catch it. He catches everything. Can't catch what you can't see, though.
Yeah. Now it's a full count on Votto for Paulino. Infield hit for Cabrera. Looping double for Hernandez. Then a walk. 3-base error. Fouled away. 3 bases involving Stubbs, who scored from first base on it. 2 getting Phillips to second on it. Well, that's a whole 5-0. Leak throwing very well through the first 3. The Astros have their work cut out tonight. Beautiful night, not so beautiful if you're trying to find that baseball up there in the sky. Ball 4 puts Votto on with walk number 4 for Paulino. Brad Arnsberg is on his way to the hill. There's some stirring in the Astros bullpen. Nobody warming up at the moment. Last night, Bud Norris went 5 innings. Fulcino, Burdack, Gervasio, and Moeller 1 inning each.
Yeah, and for the most part, the starters have been giving the Astros enough innings. With the off day Monday, the bullpen pretty well rested.
Greg Lucas is waiting. Greg?
Well, all of our folks that are live chatting right now are a little depressed, but one of them, Bob, says Paulino is the king of bad luck, and he's right. Look at the number of unearned runs. I think he had 3 unearned runs in his first 3 starts, and here he's got 3 more, so he's had that problem in several of his starts. The king of bad luck, I guess. I don't think he wants that, however, as a nickname.
No, he did have 3 unearned runs in that last game against Florida, and he has left 5 men on base, and 3 have scored after he left the game. So that pitching ERA for the season, not quite indicative of the work that he's done. Scott Rowland takes ball 1.
Of course, the king of bad luck would be better than losing pitcher, like Hugh Mulcahy was nicknamed back in his playing days.
That's right. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, druthers, you'd rather be tough luck Paulino than losing pitcher Mulcahy.
Any day. Rowland with the ground out, got an RBI, and then he lined to second. Watch one fair to the left field corner. That'll make it 6-0 Reds. Rowland into second base, and the throw is wide of the bag. Rowland, it's his second run batted in of the night, number 10 of the season. Picks up double number 3. Votto goes to third base as Phillips scores.
And part of it, too, is we talk about the errors and the tough luck for Paulino. But in reality, you have to be able to pitch around errors and bad breaks, too. And that's what I talked about at the beginning of the game when we showed you the scouting report on Felipe, game management. It seems like, whether it's his fault because he's getting hit around or walking too many, there's errors behind him. Little things tend to mushroom on him. And I guess that's just part of the maturation process as a pitcher and just going through it. Experience is a great teacher.
Ryan Moeller's warming up at the bullpen. Jay Bruce will be the 9th Red to bat here in the 4th inning. They've had 3 hits, 2 walks, a big error. Bruce has flied out twice to center and to right. He takes him at strike 1. Now Paulino left his first start of the year here against the Phillies with a 5-4 lead, got a no decision. He's not been the luckiest pitcher around this year by far. No balls, 2 strikes. Gave up 5 runs in 6 innings at Chicago in a 7-2 loss, but 3 of those scored after he left the game. It was tied 2-2 when he left. And tight. 1-2. Pirates are 9-12 after their win at Milwaukee today in extra innings. That's Milwaukee's record as well, 9-12.
Andrew McCutcheon hit a couple of home runs for the Buccos today.
Interesting because, let's see, he was not leading off today. He was batting third, so that worked really well. He was 4 for 7 in that game, but yesterday he was leading off again. And Andy LaRoche, who started to heat up here with 4 hits, drove in a couple more today, and he had a big game last night for them. Swing and a miss by Bruce, and it's a lengthy fourth for Paulino, who's at 86 pitches for the game. The Reds come up with a 5-run inning with a costly error. It's 6-0 Cincinnati. Mike Leake has been spotted with a 6-0 lead. Here's the bottom of the 4th inning, and Michael Bourne takes strike 1 from Leake. He struck out, leading off the Astros first. Leake shooting for his 2nd major league win as rolling in on the grass at 3rd.
At Arizona State, he was 40-6 in his career with a 2.91 ERA. 16-1 with a .171. Was last year there, signed after his junior year.
Bounce foul.
And in high school, he was the Avocado League Pitcher of the Year. The Avocado League. How about that?
Really?
He must be from the Valley. Well, Valley Center is where he lives, wherever that is.
Okay.
Must be in the middle of the valley.
Yeah. Cuts that one in on Michael. And the appeal goes down to 3rd. He checked his swing. Bill Miller with a call. 2-2, the Avocado League. He might be the best major league pitcher from the Avocado League I've ever seen, JD.
I concur.
Oh, Michael Bourne didn't think it was that good. Strike 3. That's strikeout number 4.
Well, Fairchild's been pretty consistent calling that inside corner tonight. That's a call you don't see a lot. You don't see the Fox Tracks things. Thought it was off the plate a little bit. And you see Michael leaning out a little bit. You remember last time he struck out swinging. He was trying to protect against that backdoor slider. And Leake able to slip that fastball inside. It's a tough break. Michael's been rung up a couple of times now last night as well. And pitch-up probably was out of the zone.
Ball 1 to Jeff Keppinger, playing shortstop tonight. Tommy Manzella getting a rest. It's a 2-ball, no strike count for Leake. 4th major league start for Leake. Has 2 quality starts of his first 3.
Yeah, he did have some control issues in 2 of those games. He walked 7 in his debut. He still managed to hold the Cubs to just 1 run. That's pretty impressive.
Boy,
there.
You know it is.
Probably some nerves working there. And then his next start against the Pirates, he walked 5 in 7 innings. And then last time out, just 1 walk in 7 innings against the Dodgers.
No walks tonight. He's faced the minimum. Bouncer on 1 hop to Roland. 2 outs. Keppinger's the only base runner. He was erased on a double play ball by Lee, who's coming up now. Lee hit the ball right to shortstop Cabrera to start a 6-4-3 twin killing. Los Caballitos here tonight. There's strike 1.
Caballo still looking for home run number 1.
It's been well over 100 at bats since he last struck.
He knocked it off the Sitco sign during BP today.
That doesn't often happen. 1-1. This is a beautiful time of the evening. It's starting to get dark.
You know, 91, 92 for the most part on his fastball. There's got to be a little sneakiness to his delivery. The way he cuts it loose, you see a lot of this. Watch Carlos. Frankly, he's just not ready. He wanted to take a swing at that pitch, but he's by him before he could get it started. It's not typical of a guy who throws 91, 92. You typically see that with guys rushing up there at 96.
Carlos to center field. Drew Stubbs is waiting. It's a 1-2-3-4 for Leake and a 6-0 lead for the Reds. By AT&T Rethink Possible, and by Gullo Ford and Gullo Toyota, who bring you the 5th inning. Felipe Paulino goes to work in the 5th inning. It's a grounder backhanded at third. Pedro Feliz turns it into out number 1. Paulino working to Cabrera, gets him on 1 pitch. Cabrera now 1 for 3 after the Reds batted around in that 4th inning, scoring 5 unearned runs. They get 4 unearned runs. And now it's Lance Nix. Nix is 0 for 2. Paulino, when he got that first major league win in September of 07 in Cincinnati, trailed 5-1 in that game. Gave up 5 runs in 5 innings and wound up with the Astros winning at 8-5. Ball 1 to Nix. Nix shoots 1 foul.
Nobody throwing in the Astros pen right now. Just put the guys up, moving around, stretching, and suspect first sign of trouble, somebody would start to heat up. And there's just an opportunity for Felipe to get out there for one more inning and try to finish on a positive note after that ugly fourth.
Foul, and it's 1-2. He threw 108 pitches in his last game against Florida. He's working with an extra day of rest since then.
Yeah, and if he can get through this one quickly, maybe this one and one more.
Spot on the order would not be due to come up in the next inning unless the Astros really get something working. Fastball moves Nix off the plate with a 2-2 count with those numbers for Paulino.
I just think if he could come up with some kind of a straight changeup, that would be such a good weapon for him.
Rolled up the middle. Keppinger fields it. Throws to Berkman. And gets Nix. Paulino had 7 ground ball outs in his last game, 9 the game before that. Ramon Hernandez is the batter. He's walked and doubled to left. This fly ball heads for Hunter Pence in right center field. And in the 5th, Paulino has a 1-2-3 inning, his first of the night. It's 6-0 Reds. Carlos Lee bouncing into a double play in the first inning. Berkman grounded out in the second. He fouls that one away for strike one.
Casualty in the
stumble.
What do we call it? Would that be the packet race?
Yeah, it's a packet race. Mild and hot sauce and things like that. 1 ball and 1 strike to Berkman. That was an off-speed pitch from Leake. Comes inside there, and it's 2-1. Last night, Reds pitchers pretty imposing with the numbers they put up. 1 walk and 11 strikeouts against the Astros. Orang, Herrera, Massett, and Cordero combining for those numbers. It's 3-1 for Leake. Berkman has 48 career homers against Cincinnati. Jeff Bagwell hit 1 more, 49. Strike makes it 3-2 to Berkman. St. Louis 3, Atlanta nothing. After 3 in St. Louis, the Braves trying to snap a 7-game losing streak.
That pitch right there, a big difference in today's game than 10, 15 years ago.
Roller out to Brandon Phillips. What's the difference?
Probably 20 years ago. The inside fastball on 3-1.
Okay. Patty?
Well, fans, Astros baseball is always more fun with a group. Bring your team, church group, or family to Minute Maid Park for your next outing. It only takes 20 or more people to enjoy discount pricing on tickets. For more information, call 1-800-ASTROS-2 tonight and ask about fundraising opportunities, guys.
Thank you, Patty. Pedro Feliz is the batter. He grounded to third. Fouls that one for strike one.
It used to be, if you watch some of them, like on the baseball channel, they show, I was watching a game the other day, 1970 from Jerry Park, Expos Pirates. Roberto Clemente was hitting. He had a 3-1 count. His first move was to open up his front foot. Almost went down the third base line.
That one's down the third base line into the corner. Pedro Feliz has a double. Hit number 2 for the Astros. That gives him a 6-game hitting streak. It's double number 6 for Pedro. Yeah, times have changed.
Hitters didn't dive back then. They came out of an era when they didn't wear protective helmets. And they didn't dive to cover the outside corner. So they waited until they got in a hitter's count and then looked for a mistake middle in. They'd open up and try to jerk it. Now hitters dive on hitters' counts to cover the outside corner. And if you don't come in on occasion, you're just going to get worn out.
Hunter Pence struck out earlier. That's ball 1. And Hunter's been moved down to 6th for this game tonight, with Feliz batting 5th. Feliz has batted 5th 3 times previously this season, but Pence has not batted 6th until tonight. 64 pitches for Leake.
He just crossed up his catcher. It's hard to blame him, though. It's the first time he's had to pitch with anybody on second base. New series of signs, and had to use them yet.
2 balls, no strikes. He has been sailing along. He had retired 11 in a row until the Feliz double. With those numbers for the night for Leake. It's now 3 balls, no strikes. Well, this could be quite a young Cincinnati rotation if everybody who is young gets established in there, like Willis Chapman. The other guys they have now.
Homer Bailey, how old is he?
24, I think.
25. Cueto's still a young guy.
Yep. Brad Mills could be dealing with these guys for quite some time to come. Strike, and it's 3-2 to Hunter.
That's some pitching there. Fall behind 3-0, get back in the count, just showing just perfect pitches. That 3-1 fastball. Good movement. Down at the bottom of the knees. Don't give up a hit, but you're not likely to get hurt on that pitch.
He gets Hunter to expand, moves it out a little bit. Sui on deck, the count full.
How did he do that? Heads up.
Up the middle. Cabrera has it. Throws late to first. Infield hit. Hunter Pence. Feliz to third base. It's first and third, 1 out.
He's got caught no man's land out there. If they'd made a play at third base, they would have had him. Pedro, the ball behind him. He doesn't break right away. He hesitates, and if they'd gone to third base, they probably would have had him.
On the replay, it seemed that Leake could have fielded it, but then he put his glove back and let the shortstop make the play. Now Matsui. Matsui worked the count full, hit a fly ball to left. Terrell's on deck. That's a block by Hernandez on ball 1 in the dirt. Here's Leake on that grounder.
I think he made the right play by not gloving it, because if you stab at a ball like that with pace as it's going by you, you might just kind of deflect it and nobody would have a play.
That's true. On that replay, it looked like he would have had to reach a lot further. So he could have really done that, deflected it back to where it would have been an infield hit anyway. 2-0. Brian Moeller is warming up again for Houston, getting down toward the bottom of the order now for the Astros, with the prospect that Paulino's spot could come up and they might be pinch hitting for him. The Astros get Moeller ready. Jaime Garcia is going for the Cardinals tonight with the lead of 3-0 over Atlanta.
Talking with some scouts at dinner tonight, and they're really impressed with Garcia. So, he may be the fifth man in that staff, but on a lot of staffs he'd be a 3.
Those guys were talking about him last night at dinner too. They're really impressed by him. That's a walk, and the bases are loaded now for Quintero. First walk of the night for Leak.
Well, the door has opened up a little bit here. Still down a touchdown, but one swing of the bat, we've got a ball game.
Brian Price is a pitching coach. Corey Sullivan comes out to the on-deck circle. Pitcher spot due up next. Quintero will be batting. Quintero hit a fly ball to right in the third. And Price and Hernandez probably saying, hey, you're just a double play ball out of this inning. And Dusty Baker's club leading 6-0. Has some working room here.
Yeah, that's this guy with that sinker. I'm sure that's what he's thinking. So, Q, want to make sure he gets the ball up a little bit.
Brian Moeller warms up now. Quintero for a really important at bat if the Astros are to get back in this game. He's 5 for 13. The base is loaded. 385. Bouncer slowly hit to Votto. Votto tossing the lead. And there's the out at first base for out number 2. Feliz scores, and it's 6-1. Quintero gets his third run batted in. Now it'll be Sullivan pinch hitting for Paulino.
Got a ball up.
Yep.
Still hit it on the ground. That's a great at bat if you're down a runner too. Down 6, you're hoping for a little more.
Corey Sullivan has 2 men in scoring position. Well, if he delivers, the Astros prospects are looking up quite a bit. Looks like she's hopeful. There's ball 1 to Corey. Corey has come through with one very big pinch hit this year, as far as driving in a couple of runs with one swing of the bat with a triple. He's 1 for 11 with those 2 runs batted in. Single would work here. There's a good play by Hernandez. 2-0. Felipe Paulino in 5 innings allowed 6 hits, 6 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Sullivan takes that one.
Having a hard time in this inning, constantly working from behind.
Sullivan's been swinging a lot at the first pitch, but tonight taking, he's got a 3-0. And it's 3-1 to Corey. He's in the top 3 in the National League in pinch hit at bats. Leak has thrown 80 pitches. A walk. Base is loaded on a pinch walk to Sullivan. Second walk of the inning, and now Michael Bourne, who has struck out twice, will get a chance with the bases full.
Well, it's that 5th inning. Sometimes it's a little bit of a hurdle for a pitcher. You got to pitch 5 to qualify for the win.
Here are tonight's league leaders, brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. The National League leaders in on-base percentage are Josh Willingham, Michael Bourne, Colby Rasmus, Carlos Ruiz, Pablo Sandoval. Strike 1 to Bourne.
Punch Michael out twice, swinging in the first, looking in the fourth. He used the backdoor slider to get him first time, then an inside fastball last time. So he's done a nice job on Michael, making him have to respect both sides of the plate.
Mike Lincoln's warming up for the Reds. Wow. That pitch is fantastic. 1-2. Pence at third base. Matsui at second. Sullivan at first.
Swings another one with the changeup. That's takes some nerve to, after punching out twice, to take that one with 2 strikes.
2-2. Little dribbler goes foul. Fox tracks had that previous pitch as a strike. And Meacham tosses one up to a paying customer, and Michael Bourne. The way Leake is pitching him, you don't know what you're going to get here.
It's like a box of chocolates.
And he struck him out. For the third time tonight, the Astros get a run on 2 hits. They leave the bases loaded. It's 6-1 Reds.
Row.
Oh. Yeah.
First time all year he's pitched in back-to-back days. He pitched on the 7th and 9th of April, but not again until the 18th, then the 22nd, and then last night. So it's been few and far between. He continues to throw the ball well when called upon.
And Mike Leake, the pitcher, has a 1-1 count. Leake has struck out both times tonight. Moeller was with Cincinnati briefly in the second half of the 0-2 season. Traded that year to the Reds by Detroit. 2 balls and a strike. When Bryan pitched last night, gave up a couple of hits but no runs in the 9th inning, and he threw 18 pitches in that game. Astros relievers have combined to go 3-2 with a 4.03 earned run average. They've had a good homestand. Line past the diving Berkman again. Kicks out to Hunter Pence. And here's a play at second base on Leake. It's waiting for Leake, and he on a diving tag is out. With Keppinger putting the tag on the Reds pitcher. But Leake comes up with his 4th hit of the year already. And he he's gunned down trying to stretch it.
Victim of his own athleticism. Most pitchers would say, I'll just stay right here. And right field's a good one, has a good arm, but Leake's a good athlete. He runs well. Took a gamble, paid the price.
Nice tag there.
Yep. Really got him. Walt Jocketty's a couple booths down, the visiting GM booth. He's probably, no, you don't have to go in like that.
No. So we need a hand injury of some kind.
I remember Carlos Hernandez diving back into second base some years ago, the young lefty prospect for the Astros. Injured his shoulder, never was the same.
Line to the right center field gap by Stubbs, but that gap is plugged. And it's out number 2 with Hunter Pence making that one. Yeah, that was an injury that really proved to be costly to the Astros organization. Carlos Hernandez when he was a base runner. 2 down now. Brandon Phillips.
I kind of lost track of Carlos Hernandez. I'm assuming he was done, or is he still trying to fill in?
He might be in the Tampa Bay Rays minor league organization this year. But he's not in the big leagues to my knowledge. Lined and caught by Keppinger. And in the 6th inning, it's no runs ahead, nobody left. 6-1 Reds. Jeff Keppinger hooks one foul outside third base, opening the home 6th inning from Mike Leake. Had to do some base running in the top of the frame. He's thrown out at second base. Keppinger singled off him in the 1st, and then was erased on a double play ball. He grounded out in the 4th. Lines one to left field. Keppinger 2 for 3 in this game. It's been very difficult to keep him out of the starting lineup this year, the way he's been playing.
Yeah, the numbers for his homestand not particularly good, but having moved into that 2-hole in the lineup, he's sacrificed himself a little bit, taking pitches, willing to fall behind in counts to allow Michael Bourne opportunities to steal. He continues to swing the bat pretty well. Got rung up last night on a pitch that was probably out of the strike zone, and I think it's only the 2nd time he struck out all year. 3 times, yeah.
Strike to Carlos Lee. He really makes great contact. Lee bounced into a double play, fly to center. Double play ball here. Cabrera tossing. Phillips, the middleman, taking plenty of time. 2nd time tonight, Lee has hit into a 6-4-3 twin killing.
Hit the ball hard, and that made it easy.
We join Patty Smith.
Well, thanks so much. I am out here with Houston Texans offensive tackle Eric Winston and his lovely family, Jenny and daughter Julie. And Eric, let's start with your connection here. I know you grew up with Lance Nix. That's kind of a cool little connection here.
Yeah, I didn't even realize he was starting. I knew he was the fourth outfielder here, and we played on a few summer league teams together, but it's good to see him doing well.
Of course, you're no stranger to Minute Maid Park. You are the home run champion 2 years running now. You think the Stros might be able to use your bat tonight?
I don't know if I could touch this guy. He's dealing pretty good right now, but they're coming together. You know, they're starting to figure it out, and hopefully they can keep winning.
All right, let's talk draft real quick. I know you were part of the draft, hosted the show on one of the radio stations. Just your thoughts on some of the guys, especially the first 2 rounds that the Texans took.
Well, hey, we filled some needs. They obviously were in positions to make the right pick, and you got to think that they made them. They've had a great track record so far these last 3 or 4 years, and, it seems like it's really been paying off.
Of course, it's going to be your job to make Ben Tate look good, so you're going to, I'm sure, take some pride in that.
Sure, I'm excited about that. With Steve back there, Arian finished the season well, Ryan Motes, Ben Tate, we're going to have a great competition and guys that can really take it the distance. And when you're an offensive lineman, you like knowing if you open up a hole that it can go for a touchdown.
A lot to look forward to. What's up next for you guys?
Well, we're just going to lift, and then we got OTAs coming up, and that's about it.
All right, we look forward to it, guys. Let's send it back to you.
All right, Patty, no runs a hit, nobody left. 6-1 Reds through 6.
By Fred Loya, where being local matters. And by Chevy, proud to support youth baseball programs in your community. Back here at Minute Maid Park, 4-run, 4th inning for the Cincinnati Reds. Has the Reds on top in this one. Kevin Eschenfelder alongside Allison Footer. We invite you to join us after the game for Astros Live, as we'll hear from Brad Mills. A whole lot more coming up after the game. But so far, we've seen Mike Leake pitch very well in this game.
Yeah, we were kind of talking before the game how the Astros sort of don't hit pitchers well the first time they see them. I feel like it's a universal thing. You see that all across the league with all different teams. But the Astros seem to mention it maybe a little bit more than the other ones. And, of course, Lee comes in here, and he's had some success in his first 3 Major League starts. But certainly the Astros have been really able to do absolutely nothing against him.
If they don't do anything the rest of the night, guys, we may be breaking down the taco sauce packet races. Because it looked like Mild was finally going to get a win tonight, and it fell right behind home plate, and I was pretty devastated by the whole thing.
I'm starting to sense maybe a little bit of a conspiracy here in this whole
I think it is fixed. We've all come to that conclusion. It's 7-7-0 with Hot and Fire, each winning 7 times. Mild is yet to win.
We don't have enough stats.
They're due,
Kevin.
Mild is due.
It's kind of like TR over there in the president's race in Washington never gets to win.
Joey Votto bounces to second. Matsui on over to Lance Berkman. 1 out here in the 7th inning for Brian Moeller. And it'll be Scott Rowland coming up next, as Moeller's in his 2nd inning. in relief of Paulino. Paulino threw 93 pitches, 53 of them were strikes. Rolen has driven in a pair tonight. The first one on a ground out in the first inning, and then an RBI double in the fourth to left.
Over under Scott Rolen's weight.
230.
List him at 6'4", 250 pounds.
What?
Yeah.
250?
Yeah, that's surprising. I mean, he's a big man. He's not out of shape. He's just a big, thick tree trunk of a man.
Really? He carries it well. It looks like he's in very good shape. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strapping 35-year-old Jasper, Indiana native.
Yeah, in his prime, boy, he was something. He's still a good player. He's having a nice start here this year. Injuries have been a big problem for him in recent seasons. And healthy, still a productive hitter.
He has always played hard, and with that, the injuries have come. Scott, a second-round pick of the Phillies way back in '93. Rookie of the Year, '97. It's 2-2. Rolen had 4 straight 100 RBI years from 01 through 04. Started the bat, and that's a strikeout. Moeller gets number 1 of the night. Jay Bruce follows.
Well-placed slider, starts knee-high outside corner and just dives down out of the zone. By the time Rolen recognizes that, it's a little too late.
Bruce 0 for 3 tonight. A rally cap look. He's gone through a career worst 0 for 17 this month. That's ball 1. Last year, Bruce hit 2 homers in 1 game off Felipe Paulino. He had 11 total bases in that game. Well, the Reds really have brought some outstanding young talent, including Bruce and those pitchers we talked about, and Stubbs, to the big leagues. Ground ball gobbled up. Matsui with a good play to his left. Over to Berkman. In the 7th inning, the Reds go in order. It's 6-1 Reds. There's a smash past a diving Lance Berkman. Hunter plays the carom here. Mike Leake going for second base. And Hunter throws him out on the diving tag by Keppinger. First outfield assist of the year for Hunter. Number 7 for the Astros outfielders. And while we've been watching that play, Pedro Feliz has led off with a single here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's a look at it.
He's doubled last time up. Now he stays back on this breaking pitch, punches it up the middle. Astros' best chance came in the 5th there. They left the bases loaded. They're going to have a big inning, and they're going to have it soon.
How about right now?
Right now would be the time.
All right, here's ball 1 to Hunter. He reached on an infield hit in the 5th. He's 1 for 2. 21,035 the paid attendance. And this crowd has seen Mike Leake keep the Astros at bay, except for that 5th inning run. Mike Lincoln's warming up in the bullpen.
He got the double play last inning after the leadoff single. He's trying to do the same here as he works that sinker, then changeup down below the knees. So on the scouting report on Leake at the start of the game, we talked about his high pitching IQ, and he knows how to pitch to the situation.
Now it's 3 balls and a strike as Hunter exercises restraint. Sammy Hervasio's warming up for Houston. There's also a lefty, Daniel Ray Herrera, warming up for the Reds. Line to second. Phillips right there. Bad luck for Hunter Pence.
Yeah. Good luck for Leake. Doesn't hurt either. That's just a nice sequence by both guys. Good job by Hunter laying off those pitches down that were potential double play pitches, forcing Leake to come up, and Leake realizing he had to throw a strike, was willing to elevate. So Pence won that battle, hit it hard with bad luck. That's a good at bat.
Matsui is fly to left and walked. Taro on deck. In the air to right. Phillips out, looks to Jay Bruce. 2 outs. Matsui started the night at 133. He's 0 for 2. And it's Quintero batting now.
Anyway, we were talking about Carlos Fernandez there, the former Astro from years past. He's playing for Durham, the AAA club for Tampa Bay.
Okay. How's he doing?
He's 2-0. He's made 4 starts as a 3.68 ERA. He's 30 years of age now. He's,
only 30.
Yeah. Wow. He was 21 when he came to the big leagues, right?
Yeah. Jeff Blum's on deck. Quintero batting. And looking at ball 1. Q 0 for 2 with an RBI on a ground out.
I give him credit for hanging in there.
Yes.
You see a kid who had that much promise and then have kind of taken away from him. See where he might become bitter and leave the game.
Little tap is fair and he's out. And Quintero's arguing with a call by Chad Fairchild. Brad Mills is coming out. And Fairchild has called him out for out number 3, and the Reds are coming off the field.
Good job here by Brad Mills, because I think Fairchild was going to go after Q, and Q said something as he was leaving. Very difficult for Fairchild to see that ball. I mean, initially it is up on top of home plate. That's a fair ball. I think Q's arguing that it rolled back behind the
Well, now it's time for that Energy Insight part of the program, brought to you every evening by Centerpoint Energy. And here's the man with both energy and insight, Jim DeShay.
Well, as is often the case, one inning tells the story in a ball game. It does tonight. That fourth inning where the Reds scored 4 unearned runs. Did a lot of damage with 2 outs, scored 5 runs in the inning. That's really the story of this game. And Leake, of course, has been outstanding. The Astros had one shot at him to do something big in the 5th, and he held them to just the 1 run.
Sammy Hervasio is pitcher number 3 for Houston. He's 0-1 with a 7.71 ERA. Came in last night and was called for a balk and 2 walks as well. Balked in a run, didn't give up a hit. And count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike on Cabrera, who's 1 for 3.
Sammy looked like he was a little keyed up last night. First time back off the disabled list. Maybe we'll smooth things out a little bit here this evening.
Foul back. It's 1-2. Well, we had to talk about that balk because it's kind of strange the way it developed. And then Brad Mills said he went out, sought an explanation. Bill Miller was home plate umpire last night. And Sammy had the ball in his glove. It took a while to reach in and get that ball out with his hand. Looping fly ball, right center field, and Michael Bourne is in and snagging it.
And once you bring your hands together, if you're in contact with the rubber, you can't break your hands unless you step off or pitch. He didn't do either of those. He just broke his hands, and they called the balk on him.
And then we had an email from someone who said, well, that was ball 3 when he walked that guy last night. Lance Nix is 0 for 3 in this game. And we check back on that. No, it was ball 4. So there's a lot to review about Sammy's inning last night. There's strike 1 to Nix, with Hernandez on deck.
Not a lot to remember, however.
No.
Isn't one he's going to savor.
Michael Bourne in left center field. Takes care of out number 2. Sammy Hervasio has a friend out there in center.
Might as well use him. Big part of the yard, all kinds of speed. Smart way to pitch in this ballpark. Well, Mullen was good.
He was
quick
good.
Innings, allowed just the 1 hit.
Yeah. The work is getting spread around in the bullpen right now. Hernandez is 1 for 2 with a walk. Ramon looks at ball 1.
Well, even if the Astros lose this game, a chance to have a real nice homestand if they can win tomorrow afternoon with Oswalt on the mound and a pretty well rested bullpen. I like their chances.
Yeah. Roy is 23-1 against Cincinnati. Greg Lucas, you know that.
I do, but I've got to have JD say something for the fans. Say Michael Airborne.
And why would that be?
That they're selling that as a new nickname.
Oh.
They like your fungus and they want you to come up with some other new ones.
Airborne. Airborne.
Yeah. Okay. He said it.
For some reason, I think somebody else was nicknamed Air. I don't know.
Well, there was, but his last name wasn't Bourne. They like the Airborne, so there you go.
Okay.
Maybe we can get it sponsored.
It's up to you to make it catch on, JD. The pressure's on.
3 balls and a strike. Michael Airborne, brought to you by the United States Air Force. Fouled away, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes to Ramon Hernandez with the pitcher spot due up next. There is warm-up action, but Leake is on deck. Nick Massett and Arthur Rhodes have been warming up for the Reds, so this could be it. If they want to keep Leake's innings down to 7 tonight with a 6-1 lead. Hernandez backs away. He's pointing to the catcher, Quintero, looking out at Hervasio as if to say, hey, he called time. I didn't do it. He draws a 2-out walk. And now Leake is going to be called back. And what a nice evening for the young right-hander from Arizona State. 7 innings of 5-hit, 1-run baseball. Leaving for the pinch hitter, Chris Dickerson, has come out to hit for him. And Leake in a position to be 2-0 by the end of the evening with those numbers. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts.
How about that? 4 major league starts now. And he's got exactly 7 innings in 3 of them, 6 2/3 in the other. So this young man off to a real nice start to his major league career.
He really came as advertised tonight with his command, with his knowledge of pitching, changing speeds, hitting spots. Struck out Michael Bourne 3 times. He got Carlos Lee to hit into 2 double plays. It's a big night for Mike Lee. Now Dickerson is a pinch hitter for him. Our first look at Dickerson in this series. He played quite a bit of outfield last year for the Reds. Runs pretty well. He's hitting .244. He's had 41 at bats. His ball 1 to Chris. He has no homers, no runs batted in. He's 2 for 6 as a pinch hitter. He can play all the outfield positions. That helps with flexibility for his manager, Dusty Baker.
He's related to Eric Dickerson, right?
Yes, he is.
Nephew or cousin or something?
We're going to check.
Just related.
He's a cousin of Eric Dickerson. 28 years old.
He run with real high knees.
Probably does.
Have to bring down in the open field.
He was. You bet. 2 balls and a strike. Chris was born in Hollywood, California. Went to high school with a guy who's been playing with the Texans, Travis Jackson. Last year he had 255 at bats, hit .275, not much pop, 2 homers, 15 runs batted in. And he was battling a guy who also plays the outfield, who's at AAA now, Chris Heisey, another very good young player on the way to the Reds ball club. And you remember Chris Heisey, Heisey. Fly ball. Michael Bourne takes care of it. Takes care of all 3 outs in the top of the 8th inning with the Reds up 6-1. Astros uniforms on from the first year in the Astrodome, 1965, and J. Mike went deep back on the 10th of April. And he was in the starting lineup and drove in 3 that night. Now as he comes up, he'll be batting as a pinch hitter for Sammy Herbacio, who in 1 inning allowed no hits, no runs. He had 1 walk, no strikeouts, and against Arthur Rhodes. Rhodes is 1-1 with a 1.17.
Now Arthur Rhodes, 40 years of age, with over 17 years of Major League service under his belt, coming into play in 2010. A good long career. Still rushes it up there pretty good.
Yes, he does. He's made no concessions to age. He hasn't given up a hit in any of his last 6 appearances, covering 5 2/3 innings. That's strike 1 to Jason Michaels. Astros pinch hitters are hitting .276 with a .581 slugging percentage. Overall, Jason is 4 for 16, 2 homers, 5 runs batted in for J. Mike. Rhodes gets a swing and a miss and jumps in front. 0-2 in the count. Brian Price, the pitching coach, talking with Mike Leake, a protege who's done very well tonight.
Love that sinker. And, you know, it seemed like he was able to find the best sinkers when he needed them. He didn't throw it exclusively, but when he needed a ground ball, he was able to get that good sink. And the good sinker ballers, they have that knack of getting the late diving action right on top of home plate.
Michaels is 2 for 7 as a pinch hitter with 1 homer. He takes the Rhodes fastball at 92 for ball 2. Astros pinch hitters have come up with 8 hits, including 1 homer and 6 runs batted in. Fouled away. Still a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Rhodes is just 1 behind Billy Wagner in career appearances coming into tonight. He was 788 prior to this one, ranking in the top 50. He got the win Sunday, 5-4 against San Diego. Foul ball keeps Jason Michaels in there.
I wonder how many winning months the Washington Nationals have had since they moved to D.C.
Ooh.
They're 12-10 now. They beat the Cubs today 3-2.
Okay.
And we're getting towards the end of the month here.
Yeah. Well, that might be the first one. They've really struggled ever since that move. But now it seems that they have turned the corner, not just with what they've done this month, but prospects for the future. Strasburg in the minors. And Zimmerman has really come to the fore as an all-star. They've got Adam Dunn now. And they can play in that big ballpark, but Adam can't be contained by that park. Nigel Morgan, speedy outfielder.
Dunn went deep today. Did 4 home runs. They're in Chicago today. Very good.
3-2 to Jason Michaels.
Atalano, a rookie, you know him?
Yeah, Luis. Yeah, he just came up.
He's 2-0. He beat Dempster. Cap's got his 10th save.
He leads the majors. Yeah, that's another reason that things are looking up. Their bullpen, the Caps. Arthur Rhodes, not far from home. He was born in Waco. Bouncer left side. Cabrera comes in on it. Jump throw to first, and he got him. That's out number 1, provided by Cabrera.
Pretty slick play there by the veteran.
It really was.
Comes all the way around it, doesn't backhand it, and then goes airborne. Uh-oh, no, that's Michael Bourne. Uh-oh, now we got a problem.
Yeah. Got enough on that throw to get it there on target to Joey Votto. Michael Bourne is 0 for 3 punch-outs for Michael.
Part of the success for Arthur Rhodes is because of that the delivery he's got. That little bit of a hesitation, I think, is very difficult for hitters to time. Let's see as he takes the ball out of his glove. What I'm talking about. Let's see him move right there, hold it, and then go.
A very good strikeout pitcher in his career, averaged just about a strikeout per inning. In Seattle, Oakland, Cleveland, Phillies, Florida. Missed a year in 07. Drafted by Baltimore all the way back in 88.
Long time big leaguer. Here it is. Keeps that knee up to the chest. Stays bounced over that back leg. Then a little bit of hitch with his arm. Help upset the timing of the hitter. Hides the ball well.
Bourne fouls it.
Time and time again, red hitters tell us not. Guys that throw real hard, they're tough, but if I get a long look at it, it shows me the ball early, I feel like I can handle it. It's the guys that hide the ball. They're tough.
Bourne got a hit off him last time they squared off last September, but this time Rhodes gets a strikeout. That's 4 strikeouts at Bourne tonight. 2 outs.
And, that's going to look ugly in the box score. 0 for 4 with 4 punch outs. He really got pitched tough tonight. He didn't have that many good pitches to swing at. And once you punch out a couple times, I think you get a little anxious.
Jeff Capenter's 2 for 3.
Similar category. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. I think it was the bug tonight. I've done the windshield most of the time.
Ball run to Capinger.
Maybe we should call him windshield.
It's 1-1. We could call him that old Bob Ferguson nickname. Death to flying things. Catches everything.
There's 2 of those guys.
Yeah, there's another one.
I can't think of the other guy.
I don't know who he was.
Disputed. I mean, and that's kind of like the Rough Riders in the CFL. There's like 8 Canadian Football League teams, and 2 of them are Rough Riders. Can you not come up with another one? I mean,
yeah.
Does there have to be 2 death to flying things? It's not like Sparky or, Seems to me once there's 1 death to flying things, that should be it. There shouldn't be a second one.
Yeah. No need for any more.
Butch, yeah, there's multiple Butches or Buck. I get that.
This is only the second time Michael Bourne has gone 0 for 4 with 4 punch outs in a game. Brandon Phillips gets it over to Votto, and in the 8th inning, Arthur Rhodes has a 1-2-3 frame to maintain the Reds' 6-1 lead moving to the 9th.
Here from the official source, the Astros.com shop. Accept no substitutes. Also, All-Star voting has started. Visit Astros.com and vote Astros, guys.
Thank you, Patty.
You're welcome.
Chris Sampson comes in now. And it's a 6-1 game moving to the 9th inning. He'll be pitcher number 4 for Brad Mills tonight. Sammy Hervasio went 1 hitless inning with a walk, no strikeouts. Sampson's on a good string. Last 7 games, 7 2/3 innings, 4 hits, no runs to get to those numbers for the season.
ERA just a little bit above 1 for 8 2/3 innings of work. 207 batting average against. Solid work by Samps.
Here's Stubbs. Swings, and it's strike 1 to him. Stubbs has a single, a walk, 2 runs scored tonight. Arizona won a wild one at Colorado today, 12-11.
In 10 innings.
That's right. Weston.
Good stuff here. Brewer Pirate game went 14. Philly scored 3 in the 9th to tie the Giants and ultimately won that one 7-6. I'm not sure how many innings they ended up going.
11.
Yeah. Ryan Wilson, I believe, is saved. Tim Winston in position for a win. And how about Ubaldo Jimenez? He's 5-0 now. ERA of 0.79. And I thought for sure there's no way anybody was going to win this Pitcher of the Month award other than Halladay, but it's got to be Jimenez.
Oh, yeah.
Those numbers and the no-hitter.
That's true. You know, the last pitcher who went 5-0 in April and pitched a no-hitter.
Give me a time frame.
80s, real workhorse guy in the American League. Real workhorse guy.
That Morris?
Yep. Line shot, left field corner. And it kicks back toward the infield. Carlos Lee will throw it into second base. It's a double for Stubbs, his first of the year.
Is that the year the Tigers went wire to wire? 84?
It might have been. I'm not sure what year.
Came out of the gate like 30-5 or something.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes, they did. 35-5, something like that. Yeah, you're right.
Stubbs brought a very low batting average into this game, but he's having a nice night. 2 hits, a walk. Last time up, he lined out. He's starting to see it better.
Dusty Baker's got to be happy about that. His club's banged out 8 hits tonight. Stubbs has been on 3 times. Phillips is up. Looking at strike 1 in the corner from Sampson. Phillips has a single and a walk. He has scored twice. Sampson last pitched in the Pittsburgh series 3 days ago. 1 scoreless inning. He knocks it down, scrambles for it. It's got an easy out at first. Good play by Sampson. That ball was headed for right center field. Quick glove hand. A non-kick save and a beauty.
Yeah, well, he's one of the better athletes you can see out on the mound. Former college shortstop, professional shortstop, actually signed as a shortstop. Flagged it down.
Think Matsui could have had that?
I don't know. I don't know where he was.
Well done by Sampson. 1 out and no advancement by the runner. Votto has a triple and a walk tonight. Has driven in a run. Ball 1 to Votto. The Astros have Lee, Berkman, and Feliz due up in the last of the 9th inning. Boston blanked Toronto 2-0. John Lester a winner for the first time. Papelbon got his 7th save. 2-0.
Starting to play a little bit better after their sluggish start.
Back to 500 now. Tampa Bay ripped Oakland 10-3. Down to the Berkman. 2 outs. Stubbs to third base.
The Rays are having their best start ever. 16-5.
Now you're talking about Carlos Hernandez. He's going to need an injury to get time in that pitching rotation. Joe Madden very well pleased with his starters so far this year.
They come to town this year, don't they?
They do come to town, yeah, in May.
Carl Crawford will have a good contingent.
Oh, know it. Scott Rowland has driven at a pair tonight. There's strike 1. Well, there's a lot of conjecture that Carl Crawford could be with the Yankees next year. Nick Masson and Mike Lincoln are warming up for the Reds. He's in his walk year, Carl Crawford, with the Rays. Bounce to third, backhanded. Feliz with the throw to Berkman. Ends the top of the ninth. With no runs, one hit, one man stranded, 6-1 Reds. Carlos Lee has bounced into two double plays and hit a fly ball to center. He takes ball one. Massett's numbers got a little bit better with a hitless, scoreless inning last night in the 6-2 win.
And he's throwing pellets, had a couple of punch outs.
Two 2-0 with Berkman and Feliz to follow in the Astros ninth. It is 3 balls, no strikes from the 27-year-old right-hander from St. Petersburg, Florida. He went to UNLV. He was drafted by Texas in 2000, traded to the White Sox in 06. The Reds got him in the Ken Griffey Jr. trade. There's a 4-pitch walk to Lee.
That's a finable offense in Kangaroo Court. A leadoff walk, 4 pitches, bottom of the ninth of a 6-1 game.
Yeah. Lance Berkman is 0 for 3. 3 ground outs. Massett last year pitched 8 times against the Astros. Did not give up an earned run. He delivers ball 1. Pedro Feliz is on deck. Ryan Dempster took the loss for the Cubs in that 3-2 Washington victory. He hasn't had much run support this year. 1-1. CC Sabathia and the Yankees rolled over Baltimore 8-3. Robinson Cano hit his 6th homer. Yankees at 13-7. 2-1 to Berkman.
You say it was that Garcia kid for the Cardinals tonight?
Let's see.
Yeah. 7 shutouts so far.
Oh, 7 shutout? Okay. Yeah, he really looked good this spring. For a number 5 starter, as those scouts were saying. Fly ball left center. Nix watches it go up into the Landers Crawford boxes for a 2-run Berkman homer. Number 2 of the season for Lance, and now he's in 5th place all alone on that all-time home run list for switch hitters. It's a 6-3 game with Berkman now, the owner of 6 runs batted in for the year. 6-game hitting streak for Lance.
Hey, now he's tied for the club leading home runs with 2. He got a late start. A little fastball, running away about thigh high. You're asking for trouble.
Too hot to handle out there.
Six-game hitting streak for the Puma now. And next up on the list is Chili Davis, 350 home runs. He's 4th on the all-time home run list for switch hitters.
The 315 homers ties him on the all-time home run list, period, with Jeremy Burnett's for 108th place. And you can see past Reggie. Mickey Mantle, the all-time home run leader among switch hitters with 536.
Mantle and Murray.
Chipper Jones.
Chipper and then
Chili. Pedro Feliz is 2 for 3. The closer's warming up, Francisco Cordero. Strike 1. Feliz is doubled and singled. It's 0-2 to Feliz. Hunter Pence is on deck. Reds bullpen has a 4.90 ERA. 1-2. Astros have been out hit by the Reds 8-6. That's Wiggett. Lee striking out. 1 out.
This is interesting.
And now Dusty's coming out. Strikeout number 7 of the night for Reds pitching.
Well, if he makes the move, and it looks like he's going to, you can't accuse him of managing to the statistics because this is not a safe situation.
No, it's not. That's it for Massett.
Just doesn't want Massett to throw too many pitches here. He wants him available for tomorrow.
Yeah. 6-3 ball game. Berkman goes deep for the Astros. 8th home run as a team. Back in a moment. F-150 by the Progressive Insurance Group and by Southwest Airlines. Reds 6, Astros 3, bottom of the 9th inning, 1 out. 2 runs in on a Berkman homer after a walk to lead. Nick Massett went 1/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit, 2 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Now it's Cordero. Francisco 7 for 8 in saves. This is not a save situation because he has a 3-run lead, but only 2 outs to go. And Hunter Pence is 1 for 3. Bounces 1 to first. Knocked down by Votto, and Pence will reach. Votto unable to contain that one in his glove. He seemed to have it right in the pocket of his mitt, but it got away, and Pence is aboard.
Well, the fat lady's warming up, but she's not singing yet. The Astros have life. 2 in, 1 aboard. Back-to-back nights, Dusty Baker uses Cordero. Neither time a safe situation. Last time, presumably to get an inning in to stay sharp. Now as things tighten up a little bit, he goes to Cordero.
Couldn't tell where that ball hit on Votto. Now it's Matsui batting. And looking at ball 1, he's 0 for 2 with a walk. Matsui looks at that one, and the count goes to 2 balls, no strikes. It's really a hit for Hunter Pence.
Sharply hit. That's a good night. You got 2 knocks and you haven't hit the ball out of the infield.
Yeah.
His legs last hit, that ground ball in the hole that Cabrera made a play on. And this sharply hit ground ball.
Now 3-0. 3 balls and a strike. Quintero's on deck. And we should be seeing Jeff Blum probably in this inning, depending on what happens. Matsui draws a walk now. A potential time run to the plate, and we are going to see Jeff Blum pinch hitting for Quintero. Infield hit and a walk. And we had this question last night about saves. Pitcher cannot pitch his way into a save situation. Had Cordero started this inning with a 3-run lead, he could have gotten a save by protecting that lead and finishing the game. But now he's facing the potential tying run. He can't get a save if he gets out of it.
And late inning comebacks. Story of the day in the National League today. Trevor Hoffman topped up his 4th already this year. I like this move here. You're going to need to pitch hit for the pitcher. His spot's next, but I like using Blum here because he's your best chance to knock one out of here and tie the game. If Q grounds into a double play, you never have that opportunity.
Butler was in the starting lineup last night. He takes ball 1. Jeff was 2 for 4 in that game last night and extended his hitting streak to 8 games, a club high for the year. J.R. Tolles is on deck. Pitcher spot due up next. And he takes it for a 2-0 count. This would really get these fans stirred up if Blum comes through. Cordero had 39 saves, second in the league last year. He gets a strike.
That's a tough pitch there. Comes with an off-speed pitch on 2-0. And able to throw for a strike.
Blum is 5 for 10 on this homestand. And so Matsui gets speed on the bases. Shot to left center field. Pence will duck to third and turn and come on home to make it 6-4. Pinch RBI single by Jeff Blum, and he extends his hitting streak to 9 games the tough way with a pinch at bat in the 9th.
He's just not missing. I mean, he obviously is seeing the ball very well and feels very comfortable in the box. Forcing the pitcher into the strike zone, getting a favorable count, and then a good, solid line drive base hit.
Watch Hunter here. Took off and then he paused and then turned on the Jets.
They're down 3. Can't afford to get doubled off there. The run's not that important. It's the guys behind you. Hey, this is getting fun.
Oh, yeah. J.R. Tolles will hit now. He's the pinch hitter for Chris Sampson. Sampson in 1 inning allowed 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Did a good job after a leadoff double by Stubbs of keeping him at third base. He made a good play himself on the liner by Phillips. 235 for Tolles, 1 homer, 7 runs batted in. JR had a double and a sac fly last night, drew a walk. A strike 1 to him.
Probably wishes he had another crack at that one.
Out of play. It's 0-2 with Michael Bourne on deck now. Astros have scored 3 in the inning. 3 hits. They've received 2 walks. And Tolles is down on strikes. 2 outs. Bourne has had a rough night. 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, just a little tardy getting started there. Cordero able to slip that fastball by him. Yeah, this is interesting. Michael Bourne has punched out 4 times tonight. Now he's got to deal with a power pitcher, a strikeout guy in Cordero.
He's the 8th Astro to bat here in the 9th.
He's got a chance at redemption.
Temperature on deck. Fly ball out in the right center field. Jay Bruce is back to end it. But the Astros stir up trouble for the Reds with a 9th inning rally. Scoring 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave 2 as Bourne is retired for the final out. Final score, Reds 6, Astros 4. Back in a moment. night, Oswald, a magnificent 23-1 in his career against the Reds with a 2.58 ERA. He's 2-2 this season. Bronson Arroyo is winless this season. He is 8-6 against the Astros. His ERA against them is 4.90. Tonight, it was Cincinnati 6, Houston 4. Our next Astros telecast comes